credit cards was the problem. we accumulated a large debt.
Well, it was to the point where Bayfield was coming home from work and he'd come through the door and you could tell he was pretty stressed. And at night he'd go to bed and he couldn't sleep at night. He'd get up and down, and he decided that it was time to make a change. So he said, Darlene, he said, we're going to call Credit Counseling Services and get their help.
Well, I guess we knew probably a year before we did make the call that we were in trouble. And I saw the commercial on television numerous times. It was an option for me. We were getting advice on other ways, you know, from friends and family, you know, perhaps go see the bank. They may consolidate your loans and get things fixed up that way. We did try that. The banker, the loans officer, well, they turned us down, and you know, it was probably a blessing in disguise that I told their loans officer that I was trying to stimulate the economy, and that's why we had such a large debt. But so we were turned down from that, and you know, it was I guess you could say our last option was Credit Counseling Services to try and get things under control. Just tough times economically, and you know, we're living on Prince Edward Island here, and you know, things can be tough. Just to get by for a lot of people, and us included. So when you have an emergency, you know, a furnace breaking down, that type of thing, you need, you know, where do you go? So the debt, you know, it wasn't a frivolous debt. You know, we used the majority of our debt, our money. We used that wisely. You know, we did what we had to do, but still, you know, it added up. Well, you felt like a failure in some ways. You know, you didn't realize that other people were going through difficult times too, but you know, nobody talks about that, and you kind of felt like a failure.
Well, it made me feel pretty low, yeah, and I didn't like to see Bayfield go, you know, the way he was feeling and stuff like that, so we just thought it was time for a change, and that's why we contacted Credit Counseling Services.
When I made the first call, I think the counselor heard it in my voice, the desperation and the stress, and I was put at ease, actually, right from the start, and made to feel that, you know, there wasn't anything I did wrong. It's just now I'm doing something right by making the call. So just a lot of stress instantly was taken off me. At that point, there was some hope. You know, we could feel that there was some hope that we're gonna get through this, say, and there was a way to get through everything. Well, it was 4.5 years that we were on the program. We watched You know, we accessed the website, and we could see our debt dwindling, you know, slowly. It was it's a simple program. It wasn't an easy program, so we had to sacrifice some things, but you know, it was well worth it.
Oh, it's just like when somebody asks you, like, oh, do you want to, you know, go on a trip? It's like, sorry, it's just the money's not there right now. We have money going to something else that we're feeling good about. The services was excellent. I would recommend anybody to, if they're having difficulty, to get a hold of credit counseling services. And
you were treated with respect. That was the big thing, and you knew you weren't alone in this. It felt like, you know, we were the only ones at one time, you know, but speaking with the counsellors, they put us at ease. They showed us respect and helped us along. Don't be afraid to, you know, to look for help there. You know, everyone can get in trouble financially, and it's not, you're not a bad person. It happens, and don't be afraid to reach out for help. Call Credit Counselling Services. Well, we have a son in second year university. Now we have some, our funds are helping him in that way. There's a lot of times we had to say no to him. Now we can say yes, and we can help him out on his road.
my son come to me one day and he says, Mom, he said, can I get a credit card? And I just kind of looked at him shockingly, and he said, Mom, well, why can't I? And I'm like, well, you've seen what Mom and Dad went through. We described everything to you that we went through, and I said, you're only 18. I don't think you need a credit card right now.
At the moment, we steer clear of the credit cards. We will get back on track that way again. We'll get a credit card, but we budget our money. We know where it's going. Not a lot of frivolous things, you know. Stresses are still there, just with everyday life, but that major stress of the phone calls, that was a relief for the phone calls to stop. And you know, we were just some pride too in knowing that we are going to pay our debt, and we did pay our debt. We got it paid off. Now we can get back on track.